Hi Keith, hey, we're here to show you a few things about this bike. Just to show you some of the things I've learned along the way and where the source of noises are and how to prevent them. So in the other video we did hear a couple of kind of a clanging noise, and that's mostly due to this cover here and the pulley underneath it. So let me show you. This covers the clutch pulley here and the crank pulley on this side. So go ahead and remove it, Stephen. Remove the cover. I unscrewed that earlier and Stephen held it in place for a minute. So this is it right here. So this is obviously the engine pulley here, and this is the clutch. And you can see how the belts are arranged on this. And you can see, hopefully it's not fuzzy, but you can see that right in here is where a contact problem is between this and the pulley. Now activate the clutch far enough till it's just contacting that, Stephen. We're getting a little bit of interference. So you can see that if you pull the clutch that far, just do it a couple times, Stephen. So if you, that's the drive position, that's the clutch activated position, and back to the drive position. So I'm not sure it's coming out in the video, but right in here, inside here, there is some wear grooves, and that's just when you pull the clutch in too far, and then you get kind of that odd clanging noise. Now, to give you an idea how far that is, I'm going to show you here on the clutch how much he's moving it to just get it to that contact point. That's it. So when you get that far, it's already going to start making noise. So your active region of the clutch itself is from fully released to just this one point here, and that's it. Okay. Now there's another source of noise with the clutch pulleys, and that is with this cover that you saw right here, the one that fits over this. There are slots, and I hope you can see them, where the screws go through, and that's for adjusting the cover up and down. That's to clear the belt and the pulley when it's moving back and forth, and the belt, of course, has a little bit of wobble to it as you're going around, and when that pulley hits the cover, you also get a little clanging noise. And so the trick is to adjust that pulley cover just right so you don't get that clanging noise. Usually you can get that one out. So that's a couple of sources of the noise. I wanted to make that clear where that noise was coming from so that you wouldn't wonder what's going on. Now just a couple of other things. I had this sitting for several months sometime back, and when I did so, the carburetor, and that is the original Carter carburetor in there, the carburetor float kind of stuck towards the bottom, and I thought I was going to have to disassemble that carburetor to get it unstuck, but in fact what I did is I just tapped that carburetor a little bit with the tip of a screwdriver, you know, like this. When it was empty, when it was filling up with fuel, I tapped it like that and it unseat, and it was working just fine. When it was stuck at the bottom, the fuel started coming out the carburetor, and there was a tiny little stream coming out that relief hole. I don't know if you can see that. Tiny little stream. It's designed for this purpose, I guess, and it was just streaming out onto the driveway. That's how you know that the float is stuck in the bottom position. You turn your fuel valve to the off position, and then give the carburetor some taps, and you should be good to go. Okay, now when you're running the bike, strongly recommend that you use this product right here, which is Marvel Mystery Oil. Stupid name, great product. It's been around since the 20s, was developed by GM under contract to help prevent sticky valves and all kinds of problems with upper cylinder. I don't know if you're familiar with the product, but I use it in all my vintage motors, including this one. So I strongly advise that you use Marvel Mystery Oil when you run it. Hey, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any problems with the bike, give me a call or text, whatever you want to do. Thanks again.